Okay, so I know I kind of started doing this on my bed. I promise I'm going to go back onto my bed. I am just not in the mood right now to go and switch my whole setup onto my bed because I'm too lazy, and I was going to be home in 30 minutes and I want to try and get this done before he comes home. So yeah, but basically, it's the end of May, so I'm just going to do my what I've watched in May. This is the 31st right now, so I'm going to not watch any movies tonight. I might re-watch a movie that I've already watched this month. I'll put it in the description or something if I do, if you guys seem to care or whatever. But yeah. But social media is right here. And let's just get started. Okay, so the first movie I watched was Spider-Man Homecoming. And I thought this was going to be the Amazing Spider-Man and just, Spider-Man or whatever. And it's going to show Peter getting bit by the spider and everything. But it didn't. It kind of goes after Civil War, which I have not seen that one yet. So I guess that would explain it. But I guess it's just Peter, and he, is waiting for the Avengers to call him, and So I thought it was really cool, just kind of how they changed that up and made it different. He did kind of get on my nerves just a little bit. But yeah, but I did think the whole concept of the bad guy using weapons from aliens or whatever, I thought that concept was really cool. So I gave that an 8.5 out of 10, and you can watch it on the Starz app. And then I watched Wanda Vision, which I talked about in my Doctor Strange thing. But basically I just decided to watch it just so I can get ready for Doctor Strange. But basically we have Wanda. And it's a sitcom for the first 3 episodes. So it's Wanda and Vision, they're married or whatever. And then it changes and goes to a different route. And I don't want to spoil it or whatever. So I just want to say you have to kind of push through 3 episodes, which wasn't really that bad. I thought the whole sitcom part was really funny and everything. But everything kind of adds up and everything makes sense once you finish it. So I did really like that, and I give that an 8 out of 10. Because when I usually don't rank or give a ranking or a rating to shows, but if it's one season and it has 10 episodes or 8 episodes, something like that, then I usually do. But yeah, and then I watched The Truman Show, and basically this one has Jim Carrey, and I thought it was really funny. And I think the whole plot is a really took me a while to understand it. But basically, we have Truman, which I forget his actual name. But basically, what it is he was, born onto this set. And everyone around him is, actors, and they're just, showing his entire life. So, it's he lives in a sitcom. But, he thinks that this is his entire life. He thinks this is real life. But really, they're just actors, and then just, playing his life. So, I hope that makes sense. It took me a while to understand it. I guess I was really expecting better, but I thought the whole his little thing if I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, I love that. And I thought it was really cool. So I gave that 7.5 out of 10, and that is on HBO Max. And then I watched Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. I did rate it from a 9. It was a 9, but I just decided to put it down for an 8.5. But so basically, if you want to know my full thoughts and all the spoilers, but that is my movie review. But I did really enjoy it. I think people were expecting more cameos because it said Multiverse of Madness, but there weren't. But I liked it. There was a lot of stuff that I expected that didn't happen. But yeah, so that you can only watch in theaters. And then I watched Captain America: The First Avenger, which is on Disney Plus. And I tell you, I do not like this one at all. I thought it was just really boring, and I feel out of all the Marvel movies that I've seen so far, this one definitely is going to be the worst. And I don't even know how to explain the plot, but yeah, I guess he wants to go into this into the war to help him. I think it's the Civil War or something like that. No, it's World War II. Sorry, I messed those two up. But he's too scrawny, and then he gets this injection, he becomes big like Captain America. So it's just, I think it had a lot of potential, but it was just really slow. So I hope not all Captain America movies are boring like that. But I give that 7 out of 10. And then I watched the remake of Friday the 13th. That is on Netflix. I think it might be coming off. No, maybe it's still on. Because I know I did watch 2 movies this month that I watched for the purpose of it leaving by the end of May. But I really like how they did this. It's just kind of like a remake with like a sequel. Because it's not like a remake. Because I thought it was. But then it kind of like follows after it. It's just, I love the way they do it. I don't want to like say anything about it, but if you've watched Gilmore Girls, it has the guy who plays Dean, which that's why I've watched it, because I really liked his character and everything. But I think the way they have it, like the way they do the beginning, and the way I really like it. I definitely loved it way more than I thought I would. So yeah, I give that an 8 out of 10. And then I watched the movie How Do You Know? So this one definitely is not my best movie. It had Reese Witherspoon, and I watched it just because it was her. And it was 2 hours long, and I kind of I didn't fall asleep, but I closed my eyes a lot, so whatever. Basically, it's just this girl, and she was I think she did softball. So, and she's 30, and I guess she didn't make it on the team. So now she has these 2 guys that both like her. So now she has to figure out how do you know if you like them or whatever. But it has the one guy who plays the older stepbrother, ex-stepbrother in Clueless. But I feel like it went by too long, and I feel like if they cut it up and it wasn't as long, maybe I would have enjoyed it. But I give that a 6 out of 10. And then I watched Crywolf. That one is on HBO Max. And I was expecting it to be a lot better, I guess. Again, I watched it because Dean from Gilmore Girls was in it, and I was I'm gonna watch him. But it's this game, and I guess how these people, in their little story, decided to kill off people as it just comes true. It's really kind of a slow movie. In the ending, I can't determine if I like it or not. I did watch the extended version, because I think both versions are on HBO Max. But I give that a 7.5 out of 10. And then I watched The Hunt, and I'm very disappointed, because I've been wanting to watch this literally forever, and it definitely was very satire. So I didn't like that part. I'm not gonna get into it, just 'cause I don't want to do political stuff on this account. Also, I'm using my nail on my toe to scratch my foot, so that was a noise. But basically, these people put in and get these weapons, and these other people are hunting them for sport. But then one of the girls ends up hunting them and getting back at them. I guess I don't know what I was expecting, honestly, but I don't know. I wasn't a big fan of it. But I give that 7 out of 10. And then I rewatched I Know What You Did Last Summer. And I think I liked it way more now than when I watched it before. But I really did like it. I didn't know, but it had Jennifer Love Hewitt. And I really like that actor. And it's I know he did this last summer. I feel everyone knows it. But they were driving, they hit a fisherman guy. And they put him in the river. So it was a year later. And then he was coming back and killing them or whatever. But I definitely liked it way more than I did when I first watched it. Also, there's the scene, this is the death. I'm not going to say who, but I feel the death really made me mad. But I give that an 8 out of 10. And then I watched I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. So these were on Netflix, but when this video comes out, they will not be, because I purposely watched these movies just because I knew they were coming off. But basically, this is a year again, and then she goes into this trip with her friends, and it comes back. I think I like this one way better than the first one, because it seemed to have more horror in it. But I give that a 9 out of 10. And then I rewatched Clueless. I was just, why not watch it? That's 9 out of 10. I always watch it. And then I watched A Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddie's Revenge, because they just recently put every single one to name your ones, the remake, and Freddie versus Jason on HBO Max. So I watched it. Definitely, I think it's more a horror comedy, but I did not like this one. It was just really boring. I think this is my second time watching it, but definitely I feel we didn't need this one, because it doesn't I feel it should have just not done this one. I give that 6 out of 10. And then I finally watched Old, which I've been wanting to watch. It is on HBO Max, and I was expecting it to just be boring because basically they go to the beach and they age up. But I was invested the entire time. And like the way they had the ending, I love this movie. I give it a 9 out of 10. And I might like watch Old tonight with my mom just because it's not really that much of a horror movie. And I love it. So like that's the movie I was talking about that I might watch. So yeah. But yeah, so I really liked it. I definitely think you should go and watch it. And then I watched Senior Year, which that just came out on Netflix. That one is about this girl, and she basically is like a cheerleader, and she basically goes into a coma for like 20 years, and she wants to go and relive her senior year. It's really hard to explain if it's bad or good. It's like it's bad, but you can't tell if it's really bad. I feel like some things are really like okay. I don't understand how the people who basically caused the coma do not get in trouble because, like, you should. And two, the principal is a little bit like, everyone is equal. Like, we don't do, like, prom king because it makes someone think. And I'm like, you gotta, like, teach them, like, competition, you know? So, yeah, but I give that 6 out of 10. And then I watched Paranormal Activity, the marked ones, because I just got Paramount Plus, so I watched Paranormal Activity. This one definitely was really boring. I did not like it. I guess it goes with the guy and he opens a book and he gets it. I think out of the ones I've watched, this one does not really connect back to the other ones. But I give that 7 out of 10. And I watched the SpongeBob movie, Sponge on the Run. I like this movie really much. I really liked this movie. Just Gary kind of gets like stolen, so like SpongeBob and Patrick have to go and save him. And it's really funny. I watched it with my brother. We got like 49 minutes in and then he went upstairs in his room. But I give that an 8.5 out of 10. And then I rewatched Happily Never After. That's on HBO Max. There are 2 movies and they were on it and they got taken off, but they're back on it. I really like this, but it's like kind of like a Cinderella story. It has like all like the fairy tales, like Goldilocks, Rumpelstiltskin, and like it has like a good and bad beam, and like it messes up. All those stories like go to crap. And I really like how they did that. And I love Rumpelstiltskin in this, but I give that a 9 out of 10. And then I watched Paranormal Activity, The Ghost Dimension. This one, I feel like it was like the last one until the new one just came out, but I think I really liked it. I think by far it has the best and most scariest endings. So I gave that a 9 out of 10. And it does like connect back to like the sisters. And then I watched The Nun because I'm trying to watch the Conjuring movies. I guess I wasn't as bored as I thought I would be. Because I tried watching it before and I got like halfway through and I just turned it off. But I rewatched it and it was really okay. I like Tiesa, the main nun. I really liked her. And the ending was a little sad. So if you have seen The Nun, like, I want to talk to you so I can tell you guys like why I think the ending is sad. But I think it's more like a prequel to The Conjuring 2. So I gave that 7.5 out of 10, and that is on HBO Max. And I watched Ghostbusters Afterlife. That is on Stars or the premium subscription, I think, on Hulu. But it's like the new Ghostbusters, and I thought I would be bored, but honestly, I enjoyed it way more than I thought. Basically, like, it has like new people, like one of the Ghostbusters like died, and it was like their grandpa, so they come to the house, and they accidentally release the ghost, so they have to go and like. It kind of reminds me of like Realmers versus Monster, like you accidentally release a ghost and like the new group of people have to go and get them. Well, I really like that. It was an 8 out of 10. And then I watched It 1990, like the original version. I thought it is more like It Chapter 2, and I didn't understand it, but like they were doing like flashbacks of It Chapter 1. And I don't know how to explain it if you watch it, you know what I'm talking about, but I didn't like it at first. But when I really thought about it, I thought it was really cool how they put It Chapter 1 and 2 in like one movie. So I really liked this movie. Like I thought I'd be bored out of my mind, but I really liked it. I probably won't rewatch it like I do with It Chapter 1 and Chapter 2, but I did like it. But I give that an 8.5 out of 10, and that one's on HBO Max. And then I watched Bridgerton. That's on Netflix. That has 2 seasons so far. I think 8 episodes and like an hour and a half each episode. And I don't really know how to like explain it, but it's like it's like the olden times, and basically they like all these dresses, and it's like the season, and you try to find like the love of your life or whatever. So it's more like those. I think each season is about a different Bridgerton. Like the first one was about Daphne, and the second one was about Anthony. So I like the second season way better. But I did give the second season 8 out of 10. And then I watched Spontaneous. And this is more of a horror comedy. And I don't know what I was expecting. I'm sorry, I keep messing with my hair. But I don't know what I was expecting. But I did really like it. I thought it was really funny. If you've watched 13 Reasons Why, Hannah Baker, she plays in it. And it's just basically, these people are just randomly blown up. And I realized it's like a 12th grade class. So I just thought it was really funny and I really liked it. It did get like one part was like really sad. I wanted to cry. But I gave that an 8 out of 10. And then I watched A Lie. I've been meaning to watch this movie since it like first came out. And I just did, and it wasn't okay. I feel like the twist or whatever, or the ending, is what made it go from like a 6 to a 6.5. But it's just about this girl and like she like pushes her friend off a cliff, and then basically it's just about them like trying not like to survive, basically having to lie. And it was really annoying. Like the girl like really made me mad, and I don't know if it's the actor because I forgot her name, but she played in the Kissing Booth in the act, and I seem to never like her characters and get really annoyed with her characters. So I don't know if it's just the character she plays or maybe it's just the actor. But I get that 6.5 out of 10. And then I watched The Silencing. The Silencing is, you've seen that episode of Criminal Minds where they're like getting hunted by like two men. That is basically what it's like, but not really. My friend recommended it to me and it's on Prime Video and I was really expecting it. It was like kind of slow, but I did think it was really like interesting for like a slow burn if you're like not into scary movies. But I feel like it's like basically like these people get hunted and this dad thinks that like the person who hunts them connects to his daughter going missing. So I thought it was really interesting. I probably wouldn't watch it again, but I think it was like a good watch. But I give that 7 out of 10. And then I watched Mender. It's on Amazon Prime. And basically this girl, she basically gets like kidnapped and stuck in like this tube, like this like these tunnels. And she has to try and like escape and go through like these traps or whatever. But like halfway through it takes a turn and it turns into something completely different. And I thought that was really cool. I was kind of like invested and everything. She does speak like French and like some of that stuff because I think she said she was French, but you know, like didn't really bug me. But yeah, like I don't know if I would have liked it if they would have just kept with the original instead of like changing it to something else or what. But I think like the ending is kind of cool, like it's just how like you interpret it. But I give that 8 out of 10. And then I finally watched The Batman. I love this movie. I really haven't seen the Batman movies. I like just recently watched The Batman Begins. But I thought Robert Pattinson did great and I would love to see myself with Batman. But if you like Saw, you definitely would like this one. Just because like the Riddler, he does like these like traps, like the way he kills these people. And then like the little riddles and like the reason he kills them kind of reminds me of Spiral, which probably just but whatever. But I really liked it. I was invested the entire time, like I was never bored. So I definitely recommend. But I give that a 9 out of 10, and that is everything I watched this month. I don't know why I keep looking out the window. I'm sorry. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you guys have seen any of these movies, please put them down below so we can talk about them. And hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next week.